On today's episode of the Bolt Crew podcast, the Chargers lose another star player. We have a solution to fix the running game, and Josh pays off a bet to Mario. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. We talk about it all on this episode of the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to another show of the Bolt Crew podcast. Dave Palais, Josh Palais, and Mario Heron talking Charger football with you as we lead into Sunday's game against the Miami Dolphins. Team obviously struggling right now. Just to let you know, as we're about to do this show, Josh has to pay off a bet to Mario. If you recall a couple shows ago, Josh's baseball team is the San Diego Padres. Mario's team's the Chicago Cubs. And the loser of the deciding game 3 in the first round of the playoffs, they had to pay off the bet. So situation, Josh, what is the bet you're paying off?
I just got back from McDonald's. I've just bought 12 snack wraps, and I have to eat this in the next 40 minutes. So 12 snack wraps, 40 minutes. That's about 3 minutes per snack wrap, give or take. And I'm looking at it right now. It's a lot of snack wraps.
Every time you eat one, you got to count it out, okay? Even if the show's going, you got to tell us what number you're on.
All right, I'm about to start soon. I'm just posting on Twitter right now.
Okay, good deal.
They're really
All
good.
right.
They're really good. You're gonna enjoy it.
He's never had one
gonna
before.
last.
He said he's never had one, Mario.
Dude, they're phenomenal. Like, you're in for an absolute treat. And once I get up to nutrition facts, you're gonna love them even more. Because there's 390 calories, 22 grams of fat, 17 grams of protein, 31 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fiber, but low in sugar at 3 grams. So that's good stuff right there.
There you go.
I'm about to start right now.
Lots of protein. Protein synthesis.
There you go. All right. So since the last show that we did, obviously we were disappointed. Chargers lose back-to-back games. They lose to the Commanders, a game where they were up 10-0, and they go on to give up 27 unanswered points. And so as football fans, always disappointing to see that. That's never a good sign. At the same time, it seemed like we were short on answers. During the game, especially in the second half, people were saying, where's Hampton? Overall, where's Omarion Hampton? He is a guy that has gotten more of an opportunity to obviously rely on him since Najee Harris went down. Was one of the few guys had a good game in New York and then comes back. And again, they're focusing on him and going, this is great. He's going to be one of the best backs in the league. He's going to get a ton of carries, going to be part of this offense. And we find out before our show ends, he left the stadium in a walking boot. Well, update is he's now on the IR. And so since he's on the IR, that means we lose him for a number of weeks. And at the same time, you go, well, who are they going to rely on for the running game? First of all, we all know this team. People want to say this organization's jinx. This is what happens to the Chargers. What did you guys think when you saw that Hampton was getting up on the IR? Mario, go first because this guy's obviously on number 1.
Yes, Josh eating number 1 on the snack wrap. My first thought was the strength of this Chargers offense going into the season. We talked about it was the running back room. We even discussed if it's the best in the NFL, at least top 3 in the NFL. Now, our 2 guys that lead that room, are now done. And one's done for at least 4 weeks. The other one's done for the year, Najee Harris. I mean, this has gone from our biggest strength now our biggest weakness, I think, on this team. And it just adds to this 3 weeks of hell that the Los Angeles have had with injury luck, and adds to this long list of guys that just cannot play for this team right now. Couldn't happen to a worse time. The Chargers are coming up on a pretty tough stretch. And I, like I've said this before, but I've always hated the early bye, and suddenly it seems like this would be the perfect year for the Chargers to have an early bye. Josh, this is just absolutely brutal. And if you look at the AFC as a whole, it seems like if you were a team that was talked about as a Super Bowl contender, you just have lost almost every starter, every important player you could ever imagine.
Yeah, so I agree. I thought like Omarion Hampton, the run game was something we could rely on if he was healthy because he looked very good. You can't prepare for all these star players to get hurt, right? Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, Omarion Hampton, all these guys going down with injuries. At some point, you got to say, Joe Ortiz, he's probably not doing a great job, but he also can't have a star backup running back and a star third tackle. Like you can't prepare for these things. The problem with this Chargers team is that we've had this issue for over 10 years, or as long as that I can remember, the Chargers having this issue where the offensive line gets hurt. You have some star players that run with the ball get hurt, whether the receivers or running backs get hurt. And then you just have a depleted roster and a team that can't compete for the playoffs. At this point, the Chargers are playing like the third best team in the division. And the only reason we're not the worst team in the division is because the Raiders are probably the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, the Raiders are absolutely, obviously terrible. It's a good thing they're in a division. Also, there are signs that maybe the Chiefs aren't going to bounce back. We saw what happened last night in the game where you're going, hey, is this where the Chiefs put a run together and they're the Chiefs that we've always known of? But all of a sudden, the Chiefs fall short against the Jags. We desperately needed it. Hats off to Liam Cohen for basically pulling out a big win and helping the Chargers out. I think most people that would look at the AFC West right now would say the Broncos right now are the best team in the division. And when you just have to say health-wise where it's at, the Broncos obviously are in really good shape. The Chargers, injury-wise, you hate to say I've never seen anything like it. We've seen a lot like it. It seems like this has happened before. And people say, they didn't do enough during the offseason as far as getting depth. Man, there's only so much depth you can have. Only 53 guys on the roster. I mean, what are you doing? You're going to go to the local high school down the street because there are openings all over the place for this team and an opportunity to play. The injuries list is crazy. I almost put the Chargers against any team in the NFL, and I know every team goes through injuries, but when you look at the star players, and knock on wood, anything but Justin Herbert is what we're thinking because we've lost our two best tackles. And our offensive line outside of those guys were going to be terrible anyway. You lose Najee Harris, you lose Hampton. The injuries all over the field have been extremely disappointing. Thing is, the games keep going. You're number 3 right now, Josh. And anyone tuning in right now is like, look at this jerk on the top of the screen. So disrespectful, just eating as the show's going on. But people, if you just tune in right now, Josh is paying off a bet tomorrow.
What do you think of the snack wraps, by the way? What do you rate them? They're pretty good, right?
Pretty damn good, honestly. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, they're fire. Fantastic.
So that's it. Now, here's the deal. I'm not going to sit there, guys, and do a show that is completely one of those where you go, man, I felt bad before I started listening to these jerks. Now they're going to make me feel worse. I'm just going to run through a list of guys that are banged up, though, right now for you, just for your injury scorecard. And then I'm going to give you a solution to Hampton, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong on the solution, okay? Rashawn Slater, Khalil Mack, Eric Rogers, Junior Colson, Omarion Hampton, Leonard, Harris, Perriman, Najee Harris, Mekhi Becton, Trey Pickens, Joe Alt, Will Disley, Darius Davis, Deshaun Hand. All these guys right now are banged up. Some are on the IR, some aren't on the IR. Okay, it's a lot. That's a lot of names of people that you say, man, that guy's hurt. I completely forgot all about that guy. Now here we go. Here's my solution for what the Chargers do in the short term. Okay, for this running game. You ready, Mario?
I'm
I
ready.
read it by Josh already. Okay, Chargers today. If they didn't do it already, you pick up the phone and you call Baltimore. All right. And Joe Ortiz calls his former bosses over there. And Jim calls his brother John to make this trade go through. And here's the move. And people in the comments, you can lay into me all you want, or you could say that is a fantastic idea. Either one. You make a trade, 4th round pick for Derrick Henry today. Ravens aren't going anywhere. Derrick Henry's 31 years old. Derrick Henry is not having a bad year outside of the fumble issues, which is very rare for him, okay? But here's the deal. Derrick Henry has run the ball 64 times this year for 317 yards. That's 5 yards a carry for Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in the league. There are no other options out there that are going to make this running game work in Joe Ortiz's offense. You have zero chance with the running back.
I'm going to jump in. I'm going to take a break from my 5th snack wrap and jump in here.
Yep.
Why Derrick Henry? Why not Alvin Kamara? You don't think Alvin Kamara would be a better option? The Ravens are in the AFC, even though they don't have any hope of going forward. They're really bad. I don't think Derrick Henry's a guy they're going to trade. I don't think it's a guy that we really want right now. Alvin Kamara seems like a guy that's taking the backseat to Keandre Miller in New Orleans. I feel like that would be a better option for the Chargers.
Go ahead, Mario.
I just don't see any way that the Ravens trade him either. I mean, they took
why not?
Because I don't think they sit there and go, we're out of this yet. Their division's really bad. Burrow's possibly out for the year. You have Aaron Rodgers that's one hit away from missing a lot of time. The Browns are going to be cycling through quarterbacks the whole season. They're not a solid team. They can still convince themselves that they can win in the NFL and they can win in their division to make it to the playoffs. So if I'm buying into that, and I know that idea, and once Lamar comes back, Lamar can make anything happen for you. There's just no chance I'd make that move if I was them. You can still, as crazy as it is, Baltimore is still very much alive to win their division and very much alive to make the playoffs. Yes, they are. That division is too bad. And we play him this year. So you're really going to give Derrick Henry, an MVP player at one point, over to the brother of the head coach and let this happen? I don't believe it.
Okay, here's the deal.
Yeah.
The Ravens are going to lose this weekend again. They played the Rams. Lamar Jackson's not going to play again. The Ravens are going to be 1-5. How many losses could he possibly take before you just don't make the playoffs?
8. I would say 8's the number.
All right. So
8 or more.
again, when you look at that division, that
Yeah.
you say, my thing is this: you're telling me you're going to be almost perfect the rest of the way if you're the Ravens to even get into the postseason. It seemed like a pretty good gamble for a Ravens organization that it's okay to throw in the towel and start building draft picks up and say, dude, it wasn't our year. I mean, we have no one to blame but ourselves. And then all of a sudden our quarterback gets hurt. But you're 1-4 right now. You look like one of the worst teams in the league. Easily the Ravens are the most disappointing team in the NFL right now.
Easily. I would agree with you easily. But Mario's right. Like, that division is probably the worst division in the NFL. And we would never say that about the AFC North. It's always one of the strongest divisions. That division sucks. And the Ravens suck. The Bengals are so bad. It's actually embarrassing. The Browns are terrible. And the Steelers are not that good. They're probably just the best team in that division. The crazy thing is the Jags and the Colts are two of the best teams in the AFC. Like, they are. It's great. Like, I'm watching the Jaguars beat up on the Chiefs yesterday, and I'm saying, I thought this team was supposed to suck. We made fun of Liam Cohen so much on this show. We owe him an apology because he watches this show. But besides that, I mean, the AFC is completely wide open. There's no complete juggernauts in the AFC. Jesus, sorry, burped. The best team in the AFC is probably the Colts, and I don't think the Colts are that great either. They're just having a really good start to the season. Jesus.
All right, so here you go. Here you go, Derrick. Here you go, Derrick Henry. By the way, okay. So Derrick Henry, he has 2 years remaining on this deal. Okay, so so total value of his contract was $30 million. He makes $25 million fully guaranteed in this deal. Yeah, the average is $15 million a year for the extension period. Okay, so here's the deal. And I just looked at we share a doc on here, so I added my Derrick Henry comments. I didn't notice, Samara, that you already saw it because the last line underneath all my ideas of why this works for Derrick Henry is with a question mark: who is smoking pot? So obviously, Mara, you saw my idea before the game even the show even started, and
literally right before at 2:50 I read it and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible.
Now, here's the deal: is Derrick Henry, Josh, compare them to Kamara? Kamara is more of a guy that fits the Charger offense as far as running backs that catch the ball out of the backfield. The deal is Derrick Henry is just a punishing force where eventually Hampton's going to come back. And I don't know. I just think right now they need to do something desperate. I see people on the side. We need offensive line help. I got it. I 100% have been saying that all along. But what are they blocking for? I mean, they have no one to run the ball. I mean, there's nothing out there that, and anyone who tells you the running backs they have are fine outside of Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is selling us on the garbage that's back there. Dude, I'm sorry. All those guys stink. Those guys are all terrible. All three of them are really bad.
Yeah. I've never seen Jim Harbaugh look as deflated as he did in the post game that he had the other day after the Commanders game. He looked like he was going to cry. Like he just looked like he had no answers to what the problems are. Of course, the media asked him the question, which I give them credit for. Do you have the offensive lineman on this roster that can block for Justin Herbert? He goes, yes, we do. Well, the answer is no, you don't. Because we all know you don't, because we have TVs and we can watch the game. And the Chargers have the worst offensive line in the NFL, or one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. As bad as the Chargers offensive line is, Mario, our running back room is worse without Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris. Fidel and Haskins are just guys that are just guys. Like, they're lucky to be in the NFL. If either one of those guys gets more than 50 yards running in a game, if they are the guys going forward, I would be shocked. We have a bad offensive line. They're not great to begin with. And I agree with Dave. You need to go grab somebody, whether it's Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, or just somebody that's going to be able to fill this spot for the time being. It has to be someone else.
I mean, Gus Edwards, I know he wasn't great last year, but he's still out there that he can get in free agency. Jamal Williams is still out there he can get in free agency. But there's other names. Yes, it's not the Derrick Henry. It's not the Alvin Kamara that's going to be a fill that hole better than any of these guys will. And probably the production is going to be pretty damn good for what you want. But these are guys that can help you these next 4 weeks until Hampton is back. And there was a report, Ian Rappaport said it, that they feel very confident that after 4 weeks he will be able to play. So that's like a good sign through this whole thing. But just I've heard a lot of Alvin trade talks through multiple different teams. And anytime that happens, Dave, I just feel like it's not going to happen for anyone. Even though the Saints, if there is a team that should kind of kick it on the season, it should be them because they're not playing for anything. The Bucs are going to run with that division. There's not going to be a wild card spot for them in the NFC. Their season's completely over.
See, the problem with the organization like the Saints is you just hired a new coach. Kellen Moore's your guy. So the organization, I think, in his first year, at least want to show that they're committed to him. It's hard to sit there and say, hey, we're giving you the job, and then we're going to start tearing it down in your first few weeks being here. My opinion is it's a lot easier to trade for a team that either one has a coach that has stability, like I think John Harbaugh has with the Ravens, or with a coach that is on his way out the door anyway. So whether it's a team like, the Giants, obviously looking to fire a guy, you look at the Dolphins, who are probably going to fire a guy. Anyone who has thought about going into coaching, look at the PTSD some of these guys have in the NFL. I mean, you look at Miami, it looks like McDaniels can't even walk down the hallway without look like he's about to pass out. Like it has taken so much out of him. This is not good. Like someone should remove him from the job right now. It's too much. It's too much. Brian Dable sits there and steps in front of that microphone, and he looks completely beaten every single time. I mean, the fact that Jim Harbaugh is a guy that's been doing this for as long as he has and has been as successful as he's been forever, and then has nothing to say and looks like, my hands are up in the air. I don't have answers. Shows you that this profession, number one, is tough, and two is it's exactly what we see is what he's feeling when we're going, what the hell? You can't make adjustments. No one on your staff can make adjustments. And we could not stop talking enough about our defensive coordinator. Now it feels like every team in the NFL has figured out what the Chargers do on defense.
The Chargers defense looks lazy. I'm sorry. Like Derwin James, he didn't look like Derwin James. Nobody on the defense looked very good. If you look at the PFF grades, if anybody wants to look into that too much, all the star guys we had or the best players we have on defense had bad grades. Like Thule had a bad grade. Derwin had a bad grade. It just wasn't a good defensive performance against the Commanders. I don't think there's any team in the NFL today, Dave, besides maybe the Colts, that says we're really happy with the way our team is. Like the Eagles can't be too happy. The Rams have holes. Every team has holes at this point. Nobody's running away with the NFL, where you're like, that's the juggernaut of the NFL. There's not one team. I don't care about the other teams. I care about the Chargers. And right now, there's just more questions than answers. I don't know. How does Jim Harbaugh fix injuries? There's nothing you can do for that situation. Why do guys on the Chargers keep getting hurt? That's my question. Is it the strength and conditioning program? Is it people just want to relax when they're in California and chill out? It doesn't make any sense. You look at Joey Bosa. He's one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. Why couldn't he do that with us? Why can't he play every game with the Chargers? It's just confusing as a fan why this happens to us every single season.
Yeah, you made a good point about the no team really being happy right now where they're at. Dave, you wanted to do AFC rankings like later on. And when I was looking at the rest of the teams, like even if you're Buffalo, that a lot of people have as the best and clear-cut number one team in the NFL right now, they have a bunch of injuries that they're dealing with. They're not even close to being 100%. And they just lost to the Patriots on Sunday in a game that they clearly should have won. And then you kind of keep going down the line. Like Broncos got a big bump because they beat the Eagles this past week. I don't know if everyone's still really that, amped up about the Broncos. It feels that good about Bo Nix in year two, or how good is that receiving core really? And, this running back room with J.K. Dobbins, everyone keeps hyping about. We shall see. We're coming up on week 7 here soon. That's usually when J.K. kind of steps away for a little bit. You have the Steelers that's going good right now, but you haven't really played anyone. Everyone seems like they're struggling, and the teams that are not right now don't have that it guy that can win you game in the playoffs when you need to. And if you are looking on the bright side, Dave, I'd say that's the bright side, is that no one's perfect right now.
I think there are a couple teams, I'll be honest with you, that right now are walking through the facility, kind of bumping each other in the shoulder. Like, can you believe it? The Colts obviously are the number one team doing that. Like, nobody expected that. And the Jags, the Colts and Jags are like, this is going much better than we expected. And dude, I'll tell you, the third team in there, Mario, for me, would be the Broncos. I mean, look at the Broncos with their win on Sunday. Then the week before, they get that cakewalk game against the Bengals. They got another cakewalk game coming up next week against the Jets. They're a team that, when you look at the combination, solid defense, coach, quarterback combination, and basically looking at the teams that they have to face on their schedule. If I'm a Bronco fan or a member of the Broncos, I'm like, this is going better than we thought it would go. There's a very good chance we can finish in first place in this thing.
I don't know, man. When I look at the Broncos, I look at the 2024 Chargers in some ways. Like, their Cortland Sutton is our lad McConkey. They really have one guy. The running back's fine, and J.K. Dobbins, but like Mario said, he has not proven that he can stay healthy for a full season. Right now, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. You got to give him credit where it's due. But if is he going to be there in game 17? When they're in the playoffs and they got to play, the big time games. Who knows if he's going to be there? Right now, I think the Broncos are the best team in the division. You watched the Chiefs yesterday, dude. There's not much there, right? You look at this offense. You're like, okay, they're very average to me. You look at the defense, they're fine. But there's nothing about the Chiefs right now where you say this looks like the Chiefs that we know. It just really sucks that this is happening at the same time the Chargers are having so many injuries.
It's just, the luck of this lining up sucks, where it's like, okay, they finally take a step back. We can take a step forward on the AFC West. And what do you know? A bunch of injuries come in. Hines just got signed by the Chargers, so he's coming back to the team. He spent some time with them in the preseason. More running back that can kind of help this offense, more of a passing running back too. That's a guy, Dave, that can help fill a need in a short period of time. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the move. Is it like this most genius, insane move? No, but it's smart. It's going to help this team, and it's better than doing nothing. So, good move by the Chargers. But Dave, I think it's safe to say it's not going to take your breath away.
No, let's be honest. If you were the OC for the Chargers and you're going against the Miami Dolphins this Sunday, aren't you thinking we're throwing the ball 60 times? I mean, we're throwing. Our best asset right now is our quarterback and our receivers. We got to put the ball in there. We can't rely on the running game, and we're just going to continue to throw and throw and throw. By far, the most talented player we have is Justin Herbert, and we're going to sit there and attack that way. There's no threat of a running game. There isn't. Hines, anybody else, it doesn't matter. There's no threat of a running game on this team.
Not right now. There's not. And I agree with Dave. I think you do have to throw the ball literally like 50 times to win this game against the Dolphins. And what I would do is I'd put Scott Matlock or Will Disley or Tucker Fitzpatrick in there to be an extra blocker. You obviously need it. So put an extra blocker out there. They're not going to catch a pass anyway. Everybody knows why they're in the game. Just put them in a block. And then you have to rely on guys like Lad McConkey, Keenan Allen, and QJ to get open. That's been the best part of our team so far, I think. I think the receivers have been one of the brightest spots of this team. Let's see if these three guys can get open, have Arondé Gadsden out there, do his thing, and just keep some extra blockers in. You obviously need it. You cannot do it. Austin Deculus is so bad. Trey Pipkins is so bad. Our interior offensive line is so unreliable. I don't know how else you could win a game without having extra blockers back there for Justin Herbert.
If you're Dolphins, how many guys you dropping back, Dave? Like, I'm doing the opposite of filling the box. I'm going to attack it, please. I don't want Herbert dropping back to pass at all. I'm going to make you run the football. That's all I want you to do if you're Miami. If you're running it 20 times on Sunday, 20, 25 times, that's a victory for me.
That Miami team is different. I think, honestly, and I know these guys are pro athletes, but I think Charger guys are like, hey, the last 2 weeks didn't go our way. We're going to get the bad taste of our mouth. We're going to basically go into Miami with the mindset of trying to win a football game. I think there are guys on the Dolphins who have honestly quit on the season. If you watch the Dolphins the last game, completely embarrassing. The game against the Carolina Panthers, embarrassing. The fact you're a pro and you're I would say this all the time, that you're picking up checks and that's your effort. Like, everything goes on tape, as they always say, right? Might not be your last team, or if it is, it might be your last opportunity in this league. The Miami Dolphins players have quit, a lot of them. And that's why you got to make a head coaching change over there. When guys aren't playing hard, even for the name on the back of their jersey, it's time to make a change. There's a motivational problem. This is a game that is there for the taking.
Yeah, this is a game that's there for the taking. Rico Dowdle, backup running back, just ran for over 200 yards against the Dolphins. This is an opportunity for guys to have some confidence, right? If Haskins, Vidal, Hines, you're going to run with them, maybe they can get loose a little bit and get some yards. That Miami defense looked terrible. I mean, really, really bad. Miami as a whole, I agree with Dave, is one of the worst teams, obviously, in the league, but it does look like they quit. And when Mike McDaniel cannot put a sentence together in the postgame, you literally have to take him out of that position for his well-being. Like, this guy looks so depressed. They just get him out of there, for God's sakes. This team is falling apart. Chargers, as bad as they are, they need to win this game in Miami. That team has completely quit.
McDaniels wants to be fired so badly. I think he's just a guy that, like, please put it out my misery. Yeah. He reminds me. Nah, I'm not gonna make that joke. But yeah, he just wants to be fired. He's like, I just want to go be an OC somewhere. Can please someone just do it already? And every week they're like, yeah, we believe in you. He's like, you sure?
You know what? Martin, I think he has gone from that point of I don't want my job. I just want to get paid out the rest of the way. It's like in I don't know if you ever watch Seinfeld, but there's a scene in there where the guy who worked for the Yankees wanted to get fired and he couldn't get fired, so he pulls Babe Ruth's uniform out of the frame, and he's wearing Babe Ruth's jersey while eating jelly donuts at the meeting, and then he just doing everything he can to get fired. That's basically Mike McDaniels just shows up wearing Dan Marino's jersey.
It's like, have you seen Ted 2 when he's trying to get the job and he keeps telling the guy, he's like, what do you want to do? And he's like, hook up with your wife. Like, he just does that. The guy's like, you're hired. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. That's Mike McDaniels.
Josh, what number are you on?
11, dude. I need one more. I'm really full and it hurts really bad.
You have one more to
go? What?
You have one more to go?
One more to go.
Pretty good, man. 11 in 27 minutes.
It's embarrassing at the same time, right? Like, why do you eat that fast? I feel like an animal eating that fast. Couple things around the NFL. It's a lot of tortilla, dude. Like, too much tortilla.
Yeah.
A couple things around the NFL. Jonathan Gannon punching his player. Like, how does that go over in a locker room, right? I played high school football, college football, never at the NFL level. But if somebody did that to a high school student, like a teammate of mine, the team would riot against the coach. Like, you cannot punch a player. Is that a situation where you trade the running back? I mean, that's a guy for the Chargers I would love to have on the team if they're willing to trade him, maybe for nothing.
So, okay, break down this whole situation because somehow I missed
You missed it? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember you saw the play? Do you remember the play where on Arizona the guy drops the ball before crossing the line?
Yes.
So when he goes back to the sideline, the coach punched him. Okay. So the coach punches him. As soon as I saw it, I went, whoa. I go, guess who's going to pay a giant fine? I mean, maybe $500,000 fine, and guess who's getting suspended? It has to be the coach. We've seen player-on-player violence where guys are suspended and pay fines, and guess what? Well, now it's the other side. It's the Players Association against a coach. Where's the Players Association? Oh, that's weird how all that works out. We've told you before, the NFL is a joke when it comes to Players Association because the players always do this wrong on who the representatives are. They never do it right by getting some big-time attorney to represent the union. And that's why they have the crappy deals they always get. You know, in the past, you got guys like Troy Vincent, who played defensive back for the Eagles, because he's a guy, Raiders offensive lineman. I mean, it's the dumbest thing that you've ever seen. And so you go, and here's a player in the NFL, again, that's part of the union, and he gets punched by a coach. Where's the penalty for that? You name another workplace where you can punch an employee.
Yeah, and xenophobic says on the side, it was a slap. He slapped him in the chest, wasn't punched, dude. No, it doesn't matter, dude.
Hit him. No, it was a punch to the arm.
Okay, I didn't see the clip of if it was fist or open hand. But
yeah, the coach even admitted to it. He said, I felt terrible. I woke up the next morning and felt terrible about it. Yeah, dude, you should. And as Josh said, it's a good way to lose a locker room. The whole deal. You don't do it anywhere. There are plenty of people. I like to punch at least one person a day, but I don't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All the time.
A minute, Mario. You want to punch at least one person a day?
Oh, yeah, easily. I could give you 4 people this morning. Okay, that's insane. I'm watching the video now. That is insane.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised the player did not just drop the helmet and say, we can go now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's crazy. My point being is whether it's a punch or a slap, you never hit a player or touch a player. Like that's
No.
completely off the table. Another thing I saw today, I was curious to get you guys' opinion on this, was Odell Beckham Jr. just about an hour ago. He accepted discipline for PEDs. He's going to be suspended 6 games, and after that, he can sign with any team. For my reputation, I would not accept that. I would just retire and say, hey, it's been a good run. I don't want anybody to know that I'm a cheater. I'm just going to step away from football. Do you guys feel the same way about that, or would you try to come back?
Depends who's calling my phone.
Nobody's calling your phone.
But if Kansas City's like, hey, we can talk,
No.
or Buffalo,
Nobody-
I'd dance.
Dude, first of all, no one even remembered. Like when I saw that story, I was like, I didn't remember that story. Like he could have just disappeared. No one was calling him anyway. Everyone knew his career's been over for 2 years. The times he has made a comeback, he was a disappointment. The fact he basically jumped into PEDs to do anything to come back. Look, he has no one to blame but himself, man. He messed a lot of things up financially. He should have stayed with the Giants a long time ago and ended up being a hero in New York and done endorsements forever and been part of the organization, but he wanted out. Then he goes to the worst place he can go. He goes to Cleveland. Complete mess. Then he goes to LA, and yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but he completely effed up his whole contract. Remember? He ended up losing money being with the Rams. He messed up the whole contract. And now he gets the PED thing and goes, I'm coming back. So now everybody knows, hey, man, he's admitted to being cheated, so now it's a 6-game suspension. No one's calling that guy again.
I feel like him doing the PEDs is even less likely that somebody's going to call him, right? Like we don't want that guy part of our team.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is people tell him what he wants to hear. Man, you're great. You're probably going to be a Hall of Famer. You're all this, you're that. He was never the player that we all thought he was going to be. His career didn't go the way we thought it was going to go.
I'd call the guy that just did some roids. Chances are he's probably.
I don't care that
he's probably fired up, dude.
Especially if he's an offensive lineman. God dang, it's embarrassing when you're 160, you get caught using PEDs.
Wow, that's a good point. Getting cut and like using PEDs, you're like, well, you're 170?
Whoa. Chargers trade right now.
I don't have my notifications on.
With the Ravens. Holy hell, Dave is a prophet. Chargers have traded a Loie Gilman and a 2026 5th-round pick for edge. I'm totally going to screw it up. Odafe Owe. Totally mispronounced that. And a Rams 7th-round pick in 2027. 1 minute ago.
Dude, here's the deal. I'm just happy that our phones work. Okay, that's a big step, that the phone system actually works. The fact that they made a trade is like an eclipse just happened. It's very rare that the Chargers make a trade, and it makes the most sense. If you're going to make a trade with the Ravens. I'm telling you, Mario, they're throwing the towel in. Let's call them back and say, hey, is this line still open? Because we want to talk about Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at stuff right now. Go ahead, Mario.
Yeah, no, I am too. First reaction is I love Gilman. I love the intensity he brings to this defense. So that part kind of does hurt. But that this does help a really big need and edge rushing, and we need that terribly right now. And this guy can really, really help that for the Los Angeles Chargers. Very unexpected move by LA. I did not expect them to make a trade at all, but this is a guy that already has 12 pressures on the year. And this guy can really help Tully out, man. I mean, he already has 7 hurries, 5 quarterback hits. He hasn't recorded a sack yet this year, but also that defense has been brutal. So maybe he can do that with the Jesse Minter defense. I don't mind it, man. More guys to pressure the quarterback. Fire me the hell up.
Yeah, he had 10 sacks last year. This is a guy that produces. I like it already. Gilman's fine. Gilman had his moments, but Gilman also had his bad moments where you wanted to punch him through the TV. Thought the Chargers with Elijah Molden, Tony Jefferson, they have some depth, in that spot. I'm all for this. I like it, Mario.
I love it. I'm a big fan of it. I just really wish it wasn't Gilman. Is my only pet. But beggars can't be choosers. Beggars can't be choosers. But Gilman. Really?
I'm with Dave, though, on this one. Like, I'm just happy a trade was made, right? Because our whole gripe on this show was the Chargers don't do anything. It's like the scene in Waterboy where the coach is talking to his mom, and then you realize that the phone's not plugged into the wall. And you're like, okay. But, here it is. Chargers made a move. I'm for it.
See, look at that. A little good news.
Let's go.
And I love that the people in the chat were all on it with us. As soon as the news broke, everybody was aware at the same time. That was pretty cool. All right, let me throw this at you real quick. I want to do a power rankings. I know it's early, but at the same time, things aren't going great for our Chargers. All right. In the AFC, I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 teams in the AFC, and you tell me what yours are. Okay, because I know there are 7 that end up making the playoffs, but I'm gonna give you my top 5. Believe it or not, I have the Colts as the number 1 team in the AFC, which if someone would have told me 3 months ago, I would say that I would. You're out of your mind. Colts number 1. Colts should be undefeated if it wasn't for that bonehead play against the Rams. Colts, Bills number 2, Broncos number 3. I think there are Bronco fans out there can tell you why they should be undefeated. Bills against the Patriots. I don't know if you have a slip game against the Patriots. They embarrassed you for years, and that's what makes you the Buffalo Bills. Those uniforms you wore the other night, completely ridiculous. I understand jersey sales.
What?
That's
Really?
completely ridiculous.
I love them.
Dude, I be honest, I like the Bills' normal uniforms. I think the Bills have cool uniforms. I'm just not a fan of the switching around the uniforms and trying to create something crazy to me. I don't know, man. It looked like something that belonged with roller skates. No, I wasn't a fan.
Okay.
I'm not
fair.
intimidated. You walk into a bar wearing that jersey, Mario, I'm like, I'm taking that guy first. All right. Fight breaks, I'm gonna take that guy with that jersey with the shiny silver numbers. All right. You're my target. Okay, I got to think twice about anyone else going that. You wear the other Bills jersey, I'm like, that guy throws people through plastic tables. I don't want to go through him. All right, Jags number 4. Hats off to Liam Cohen, man. You have been the shock of the world when everybody goofed on you for your opening press conference. And I got number 5, and I don't think they're any good, but it's because everyone else is that bad. I have the Steelers at number 5. I'm not sold on the Steelers, but I have them at number 5.
Who's number 2?
Bills.
Oh, who's 3?
Was it we eating that last one while I was talking?
You skipped one.
I did not. I said Colts, Bills, Broncos, Jags, Steelers.
You said Broncos?
Yes.
I swear I'm with Josh. I do not recall you saying Broncos unless you said it really quickly.
We'll watch
the Broncos. Do you remember me saying the Broncos can make an argument for saying they too could be undefeated?
Yeah. Let me think about your rankings.
Hand up. I was texting someone from Baltimore asking.
Oh, God dang it.
So I was doing my job. My job.
So I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I like your rankings. I probably agree with you. I agree with your rankings, actually. I do have the same exact rankings as you.
I'd move Buffalo up, Colts down 1, and Jags up 1 is what I'd put. Bills are still number 1 team in the AFC for me. I don't care what happened against New England.
How does this happen?
The Colts are really good. Like, really good.
Colts are really good.
We said, how did we go to New York and lose that one? But how does that happen that you lose to the Patriots? The fact they embarrass you for 2 decades, and then 2 years ago when the weather is horrible, they literally came in and threw the ball 2 times, and they beat you on your home field again, and then they beat you on Sunday Night Football. I mean, it's embarrassing. The Bills. Can you guys ever get serious? The Bills are a joke.
I think Drake May is really good. By the way.
Really good. Thank you. I was gonna say Drake May is not bad. Mike Vrabel is one of the best coaches at just knowing the rules of the game. He's Belichick-like in that manner. The Stephon Diggs revenge game. He's the leader on that team. Rivals. There's a way. Makes more sense than us losing to New York. What's the New York argument? We weren't ready?
The Patriots lost to the goddamn Raiders.
Yeah, I mean,
but are the worst team? Who's the worst? Because they play each other this week. Raiders or Titans? Who's the worst team in the league?
Raiders.
God, actually,
Titans just won.
Yeah, because that idiot dropped the ball. That guy, by the way, that guy who got punched, him dropping the ball, literally cost the Titans the number 1 pick in next year's draft.
Yeah, that's funny when you put it that way. But the Raiders, we talk about how the Dolphins quit. Dude, have you seen the Raiders? Like, they have 100% quit.
Yeah.
Like, Pete Carroll couldn't motivate them to eat a sandwich. Like, that team is terrible, man. Really bad.
Geno Smith, everyone wrote back finally. The letters came. We wrote back. You're not good.
Dude, you trade Max Crosby? If you're the Raiders, you trade him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting rid of these guys.
What are you holding on to them for? It's like you're going, the creditors are coming and they've taken your house and everything you have, but you're going to keep the Ferrari? Why?
Can I say a really dumb opinion, but hear me out?
Okay.
Was the Genty pick kind of a bad pick now?
Why?
I'm going to say no.
Because okay. Go ahead, Dave.
Because I think in their mind, they're going, we have the number 1 tight end in football. We're now going to have the number 1 running back in football. We're missing obviously the number one quarterback who they thought they were going to get in the next draft. But dude, the Raiders don't do anything right. The Raiders haven't done anything right in 25 years.
So my whole point is, I think you draft a running back that high, or you get a running back that high, or whatever. When we really need to stop it at my table. When you get to the point where you're really ready to win, and then it all comes together and it makes sense. It's like the last missing piece of the pie, i.e., Lions, i.e., Eagles, Ravens before this year. I don't think it makes a lot of sense to get that this early when you don't have the quarterback figured out, the receiver room, your defense isn't figured out. I think there's just other holes they could have possibly filled before going and getting Genty. And now I think they're probably regretting that because they went for let's be competitive as early as we can and not building a foundation for something. And now they're not even competitive. Now they're just embarrassing.
You do sell jerseys when you get obviously skilled players over offensive linemen. I mean, they have so many goddamn holes.
But they could have gotten, like, I know it's still extremely early on them, but like they could have gotten Dart. You know, they could have gotten Tate. They could have gotten a lineman. Like they could have gotten something else there.
Are you sold on Jackson Dart? I mean, it seemed like he was only good against the Chargers.
No, I mean, that's it's still very early. I'm not saying that like Dart's the next franchise guy, but you went for a position that's just not needed this early on in the process of building something. You just wasted another year of Max Crosby's greatness for nothing.
Get rid of him.
Get rid of
Trade
him.
him.
You owe him. You owe him something to get rid of him.
It's becoming the Shohei Ohtani on the Angels thing. Max Crosby, 6 pressures, 3 sacks. Raiders lose 40-13.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay.
JJ Watt on the Texans. It's like,
yeah, for what?
Yeah.
Getting sacks for what? I'm with Dave, and I think you're the same way. Just get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get a second-round pick. Whatever. You can get something really good for Max Crosby. First-round pick, probably.
I think you get a first-round pick for him.
First-round pick, yeah.
We talked about this when they were playing the Bears, and I was with like a bunch of people in the studio. He truly makes the game fun. Like he looks like he's having the most fun. It's so easy to play defensive end when it's insanely hard.
It is. All right, what are your rankings? Give me your top 5, Mario. AFC.
I have Bills, and then I have Colts at 2. I have Jags at 3. 4, I have Broncos. 5, I have Steelers, and Chargers are probably right behind them at 6 still, because the rest of the AFC, like we've said, I mean, it's so bad. And I don't know who else you put there.
Thank goodness you're saying that, because otherwise we're looking at a team that we go isn't a playoff team. I mean, there's 7 that are going to make it. So if you have them at number 6, that's still a good sign. I mean, I think we all feel there's time for these guys to get healthy and for us to make a run. Deal is you want to take advantage of the easy part of your schedule. I'm sorry, they should have won the last 2 games. You know, the game against the Giants, absolute embarrassing that they lost that game. But Commanders, yeah, you got Jaden Daniels back, but they had 1 healthy wide receiver, and they couldn't win. And then you go, well, we weren't even concerned about the defensive part. When you say, you know, we like what we see out of our defense, you give it 27 unanswered. At any level, that's embarrassing. High school football, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's go to the NFC.
All right. Give me your top 5 NFC, Josh. You got them in your head? Want me to tell you mine? I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I got Lions 1. Okay. After that first game against the Packers, I got Lions 1. I have the Eagles 2. And the Eagles, to me, are have major problems. I mean, serious problems. Number 1, they've been outgained yardage-wise every single game they have played. How long can you continue to play that game? Eventually, you're going to lose. They end up losing a game at home against the Broncos the other day. And what was the biggest win in the year is Denver's win against Philadelphia. A.J. Brown needs to go. They got to trade A.J. Brown. He's a cancer on that team. He's ruining Devontae Smith, too. He's bringing him down with him. Misery loves company. Now you have 2 wide receivers that complain. And then all of a sudden you have Barkley over here who's not getting the touches he got last year. It's a matter of time. Sometimes when you have too many superstars, that's what happens. And so you're in a situation with the Eagles. I swear, if you watch that Hail Mary play, I don't know if you watched it, Mario, it looked like A.J. Brown literally knocked the ball out of Devontae Smith's hands so he wouldn't catch the game-winning touchdown. It was a great pass, maybe the best Hail Mary pass I've ever seen as far as getting it completely over the top to Devontae Adams, and then A.J. Brown behind him takes it out. You can't tell me he didn't know that was Devontae Smith in front of him. I mean, his helmet was right in front of his eyes. It was going to land right into his hands, and he knocks it away, almost like you are not going to be the star of this game. And hats off to Jalen Hurts on that play, by the way. If you saw Jalen, as soon as he threw it, did you see what he did? He sprinted down the field to catch the deflection. You know, because you always see the ball get knocked back towards him. He was right there. I was like, dude, that would have been the craziest play in NFL history, that he would have caught his own 50-yard touchdown pass as a Hail Mary. Would have been freaking insane.
Can you do that?
That was impressive. Buccaneers number 3. Hats off to Baker Mayfield. Without Mike Evans, they keep winning. Rams at number 4 make dumb mistakes. They aren't playing up to what I think the Rams are. I think they're going to be there at the end. And the Packers, that tie against the Cowboys puts a bad taste in my mouth, but I think the Packers are going to mature and be one of the top 5 teams in the NFC.
I don't want to agree with you twice. I kind of hate that I like Baker Mayfield so much, is my first reaction. Like, I really like him. Like, do you see him talking crap to the fans in Seattle?
Beautiful.
It was awesome. I loved every second of that. Yeah, no, I'm with Dave. I mean, I think Eagles, I don't know what they are. They really have some major problems in the locker room. I'd get rid of A.J. Brown, too. You get something really good for him, probably. It seems like the NFL is just really wide open right now, all the way around.
So I disagree with the Rams.
You think the Rams aren't any good?
No, I just don't know. I mean, Niners on a backup quarterback without their best defensive player, down a lot of guys, and they come in on Thursday Night Football and beat you. That's
it's a maturity problem, I think.
Yeah. So that's where I don't have them in mind. Like I went Lions, Eagles, Packers, Bucks, Commanders. There should be something said about the Buccaneers, even though they're not blowing anybody out. They are winning all these close games. Like they do close every single one out, and that is something to be said. I do agree with you that Lions are the clear-cut number 1 team in the NFC. And the Eagles, this is like the Eagles team after they made to the Super Bowl and lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, do you remember when they were winning, but everyone was like, what's going on here? And then we find out later that Jason Kelsey was even like the locker room was kind of split on the direction of this team. You know, no one really agreed with the play calling, yada, yada, yada. They had issues. I feel like that's what's happening with this team now. And look, they've played a lot of games in the past 2 seasons, and some of those guys are a little bit older. So they're showing some cracks there. But I had Packers at 3, which really hurts. And I just want to say sorry to my grandfather that passed away and would probably punch me in the face if I had Packers that high.
Who had it worse, man? Philadelphia sports fans or New York sports fans this 3 days? Between
Philadelphia.
New York.
Right.
New York by far, yeah. Dude, at least Philadelphia, you had a Super Bowl and like your teams are competitive every year. New York, the Giants and the Jets are 2 of the worst organizations in football right now.
So you had the Giants, Jets lose. You had the Yankees completely embarrassed. Philadelphia, you had Penn State losing to UCLA, who hasn't won a game all year. Then you have the Eagles, and you have the Phillies losing twice at home. Pretty bad.
Pretty terrible.
Yeah,
and then you live in Philly.
I'm not there. Yep.
Yeah. Before we move on to the chat, I saw this on X, and I thought it was very interesting. It says, give credit to Daniel Popper, Mario's boy, while we can. It says, since entering the NFL in 2020, Justin Herbert has been hit more times, 525, than any other quarterback in the league. Only one other quarterback, Russell Wilson, has been hit more than 490 times in that span. For reference, Andrew Luck was hit 580 times in his first 6 NFL seasons. Justin Herbert is on pace to be hit 625 times through his first 6 NFL seasons. Why did Andrew Luck stop playing, Dave?
He got hit a lot.
Got hit a lot. Yep.
That's it.
All right. To the chat.
He had that weird voice.
I like Andrew Luck.
We're going to play better football, guys.
He had a better time in Indy than Mark Sanchez. Tell you that much.
Damn right he did.
All right. AK 499 says, I want to start with this Coach Harbaugh. I was in tears of joy when he was hired to my team, and I'm going to call you out today. Okay, so that's the first comment. The second comment.
Negative comment to Harbaugh. Yep.
1999. So he really wants to be heard. He says,
wow.
Coach Harbaugh, the last 2 weeks was pathetic and embarrassing. I do not like what happened to my quarterback, and the defense is horrible. I am calling you out calling you out to show up on Sunday and protect my quarterback. I expect a lot from you and my team.
Again, I say this all the time now. I agree with AK, right? I mean, you can't sit there and tell everybody about your dreams and hold a press conference about your dreams and protecting them and getting the Hall of Fame when you haven't done any of it. You know, you aren't protecting them. You know, what's the argument going to be back on why he keeps taking so many hits? Dude, there's a way to do it. We spoke about it before the last game about basically get the ball out of his hands as fast as you can.
Yeah, I mean, how many times did Jim Harbaugh say to everyone how much he loves Justin Herbert? He's the greatest of all time. Comments were a little weird at times, right? Where you're like,
Really
I
weird.
think he's going too far.
Yep.
But dude, it's equivalent to having like a girl that you love, and you're like, I love you so much. Every time you walk home, I want you to walk through the hood on the way to our house. Like whatever happens, but make sure you get to my house at the end of it. And you're like, that's not a good idea. And that's how it is with Justin Herbert. Every Sunday, he's throwing him out there to the wolves to get his ass kicked. If you really love him, let's protect him. Or let's bench somebody. Put somebody else in there.
I'd love for you to come over, but first I want you to walk through O Block on the south side of Chicago. Go see Chief Keef's house, and then you come here.
All right. Jose M, $2, says, lack of pass rush is hurting the secondary. Well, this comment was made before we made the trade. This is going to help us a lot. Yeah, but I agree. The pass rush has been not great at all the last few games.
Same thing here.
Golden Kings Toys 199 says, what moves do we make at the deadline positionally? I mean, dude, there's so many moves you can make at the deadline that would help this team. For me, it's offensive line. Like Justin Herbert is the prize jewel of this team. I would make some trades to get some people in there that can protect him better than what we have now. At this rate, Justin Herbert's going to get hurt. You're going to have to consider benching Justin Herbert if the team keeps losing. Honestly, you can't have him keep taking these hits the rest of the year.
Dude, here's the deal. You only have 7 draft picks. I mean, you can't trade all 7 draft picks to fill all your holes. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? It's not what any team does, even the dumb ones. That's not what you're going to do. If you make a trade, it's still just one guy. I mean, how many guys do you have on an offensive line that need help? Every guy on that team on that offensive line needs to be replaced. You know, they're all so bad.
I want one. My ask is one offensive lineman. I'm not asking for 2. I'm just asking for one, either a guard or center.
At center,
probably
say I'm gonna put the guy in the middle.
That's what I want. People keep talking about Eric McCoy with the Saints. Whatever it takes to I would trade a 5th round pick for a decent guard or center just to have better than what we have now.
I agree.
All right. Sep Nazari, $10 says, here's an idea. Long snapper at center, 2 offensive linemen, rest wide receivers, Herbo 15 yards back, and just throw the ball. Otherwise, calls come in from Roman. Herbo should change every single one. No other solution. So he's saying he wants Justin Herbert to take snaps like it's a long snapper 15 yards back.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
That would be awesome. And that would be cool to watch until it wasn't, because then you realize that nobody's blocking and that these guys are getting a 10-yard head start, 15-yard head start to knock his head off.
Dude, now, that is, you think about it. And the angles they would take being that far back, dude, oh my God. It would be like, you aren't allowed to touch the punter. We're definitely allowed to touch the quarterback. I mean, he would get lit up. He would want to make it through the first quarter.
Sep just smoked weed for the first time, and he's like, I think I just broke through to something.
Just broke through something. Do you know who Harbaugh is when you look at Herbert getting hit all the time? You guys know what Munchausen's disease is?
No.
Do you know what that is? It's
No
like when the
chance.
caregiver, it's like a mother or a father, they keep keeping their kids sick. So they feel more important.
Yeah, there's 500 documentaries about those people now.
Yeah. Dude, we got Harbaugh over here with Munchausen's. He just keeps getting Herbert hit over and over again and then tells him how important he is, But in reality, he's not protecting him at all. He's just making it worse.
This podcast would be so different than any of the other charge.
Yeah, for sure.
B-Han in $5 said, what is the most disturbing movie you have ever seen?
Oh my God.
Paranormal Activity, the first one, probably, when I was in middle school.
Ooh. That did our generation, Josh, that did a number on us.
Yeah, and they filmed it in San Diego, so it was double scary for us.
Really?
And parts of it was in San Diego.
I think it's the second one. Underrated funny part in a scary movie is he opens the door to the garage and just goes, nope, when it's all those people just staring at him and just books it. That killed me. I was scared to death of that made me laugh. Tears of the Sun. with Bruce Willis. If anyone's seen that, it's a really disturbing movie. It's really sad.
Man, I got to think. Disturbing or scary?
Okay, no, Disturbing is the movie Willard with the rats. Do you
Oh, yeah, I
remember that
hated that
movie?
movie.
That's
Yeah.
I don't remember that
disturbing.
movie.
Have you ever seen that? Don't watch it.
Yeah.
I hate
You-
scary movies, dude.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like them either. Human Centipede was disturbing too. It's also an
Yeah.
awful movie.
There's nothing I hate more than when they're like, "This is really gory," and then or like, you know what freaking sends me up a hill. Actually, now that we're on it,
Yeah.
is when I'm watching a national football game, basketball game, baseball game, playoffs, whatever, and we decide that, hey, we're gonna go for the scariest movie we've ever seen, and we're gonna do like the scariest scenes. We're gonna put this on right now. Who's this for? I like if there's a little kid watching, I'm not trying to be that old man, but if there's like a little kid watching, you just scared the living shit out of him for no reason, and now he can't say like, now he can't watch the Phillies Dodgers now, or like, God forbid he's a Phillies fan, so now he's scared and the Phillies just blew it. Like, would it just ruin his night? I hate like that more than anything. It truly makes you want to hit all those directors in the face in those studios. Like, nice, dude. You made a scary movie and you made a scary commercial that just horrified a bunch of kids just trying to watch some sports. A-hole.
All right. Blaze Gaspari, 1999 says making moves with brother Johnny. Derrick Henry next.
Dude, let's do it, Blaze. I'm telling you. That is the move right there. That's the one right there. Charger fans get crazy excited. You do it. You have the money. You have the cap space to pull off that deal. If you're the Ravens, you win both ways. Number one, you sit there and you get money back cap space wise. You get a draft pick and you say, look, the season's over. It's not Derrick's fault, but we got something in return. I think honestly, wouldn't cost you more than a 4th round pick for Derrick Henry. It's a tremendous bargain. And guess what? Najee's not coming back this year. He's not on the IR where he's coming back. Najee's out for the year. And then you have Hampton back with Derrick Henry. Dude, that's the awesome 2-headed monster in your backfield. Let's
Jason
bring on the
Seward.
playoffs.
Jason
I hope
Seward.
if you make that trade though, that you keep it quiet, so that gets out, that prices can go up.
That's fine. Dude, jersey sales go through the roof.
Jason Seward, $5 says, our best hope until we get healthy on offense is for the defense to be better and carry us. Hopefully the trade helps with that. Yeah, I mean, the defense can't allow more than like 17 points a game for the Chargers to win at this rate.
True.
Yeah. I think the defense will be better this week, hopefully. $2. Jose M says, Popper grilled Jim about Bozeman. I saw that. I mean, you say what you want about Daniel Popper. We've said some stuff on this show joking about his tweets or whatever, but I think he does a pretty good job of holding guys to the feet to the fire. I mean, I like what he said about, do we have the guys to protect, Herbert? Like, what's the plan moving forward? Because he's thinking what we're all thinking.
Yeah. You know what I would have loved if Jim would have done? That's a great question, Daniel. You know what? Somebody bring Bozeman in here. I want him to answer it directly, just face to face with him. It feels a little bit different when you got a building sitting there staring you down.
Miguel Alvarez, $9.99 says, I am upset. I can't change teams. GM is to blame, but I honestly don't think Jim is going to take us to the Super Bowl. Jim is not that guy. We needed Mike Vrabel type of head coach, and for this injury curse to stop.
Can I ask a question though? How far off is Vrabel from Harbaugh, Dave?
What do you mean?
I feel like they're the same type, like similar coach. No, tough guy. Don't mess with him. Players love him. Type of coach.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, Vrabel's still a big dude. Like he loves the contact. He likes to hit guys in practice. Someone made a comment. I think on our last show, someone made a comment about Jim. Like Jim doesn't seem like the same guy. Yeah, you get older. Jim's in his 60s now, right? Early 60s. I don't know. I don't think Jim's lost anything. I think Jim still knows football as good as anybody. I mean, his dad's old as dirt, and he still goes to his dad and asks for his advice. His brother. I mean, this is a whole football family. All they do is talk about schemes and winning football games and motivating people. I don't think Jim's lost a step. I honestly just believe it's a roster problem. I mean, Vrabel has a roster problem in New England, and it'll probably get better. He had a roster problem in Tennessee. We all think he's one of the better coaches in the league. I wouldn't say they're the same guy. I don't know. And I think Jim understands what it's like to be a quarterback because he was one for a number of organizations, and I think he does have Herbert's back. on this whole deal. But there's a lot of weird things going on with this Charger team the last few weeks that don't make sense. I mean, again, it's so funny how 2 weeks ago at this time we cannot say enough things about Jesse Minter, and we're saying he's probably last year with the Chargers and he'll end up as a head coach with this team or that team. And there's nothing about Jesse Minter that's attractive to NFL teams if you watch the last 2 weeks.
Yep, and I'm seeing a lot of comments on the side here about the trade with the Ravens. We talked about it earlier in the show. We're excited about this trade. We all like this trade. We have one more comment, from Amy O. 199 says, no, what are you laughing at over there?
I saw her deal come through on the side. She wrote like 3 times in a row. Go ahead, read it.
Okay, there's a spelling mistake. So
that's what made me laugh. She called herself out.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll just read it the way it is, and then you tell me what she said. Amy O 199 says, no joke, you guys are the number one podcast soitering facts. So what did she try to say?
I think she's saying spitting facts is what I think.
Spitting facts, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
But she wrote like 3 times in a row, and she was trying to fix it, and then she writes on like the third one, I have fat fingers. Made me laugh. I was laughing, Amy, because I had a guy, I paid an IT guy to come to my house like 10 years ago to help me with a computer, and he just straight out looked at me and goes, you know what your problem is? You got fat finger. He said to me. That was it. And every time I think about that, I'm like, every time I do a spelling mistake, I think of that guy Jimmy telling me and he didn't say it with a plural either. You got fat finger. That's what he told me.
Just one singular finger that's fat, the rest are skinny. Yeah. It's like the last 5 pounds you just can't lose.
Yes.
All right, before we get out of here, Dave rant.
Yeah, I got a quick rant. And like we've all seen this before, especially now with the way people make everything political, is people who on social media have to announce that they're taking a step away from social media. Nobody asked, nobody cared. I've never gone, hey, I wonder where Steve went. You think he took a break and just didn't tell anybody? Dude, for you to think you're that important to sit there on Facebook and announce to everyone, you know, this platform has become a little bit too toxic for me. I got to take a step back. And they might even write a whole paragraph on why they're taking a step back and how I won't see their comments anymore. No way. You know, did he call Mark Zuckerberg? Does he know? I mean, he might want to shut down the whole damn thing. Might want to shut it down. The thing's worth $125 billion. But hey, wait a second. Steve and El Cajon's out. I don't know if we want to keep this thing going anymore. Who do you think you are? Nobody cares. The fact that anybody would ever announce I'm taking a break from social media, dude, just take a break. Walk away. My least favorite is, and a buddy of mine just did it, had to announce to everyone that he's closing his Facebook account. Why? Why would you close it down? You've had it for 15 years. You loaded it up with pictures of your kids and everything else. Just don't go on it. Nobody cares. Just leave it on there. Maybe one day you want to go back and look at pictures. But no, you got to tell everybody. I'm making a big announcement today. I'm taking a break from Facebook or for Twitter or whatever else. Dude, who do you guys think you are? That you got to make a big freaking let's step to the podium. Hey, Jim, can you step aside? I know you want to talk about Bozeman sucking, but I got a big announcement to make here. I got Daniel Popper over here. He needs to know. I'm taking a break, Daniel. I'm done with social media for a while. So if you don't see me, it's because it got to be a little too much. Okay. All right. We're all on the same page. Thanks, everybody. Everyone's like, F that guy. F you. Who do you think you are? That's my rant.
I love that rant. Do we have any fun facts? We're trying to get fun facts on the show.
I don't know. How you feeling right now after eating 12 of those things in 24
minutes?
How
are you feeling?
I need to go to the bathroom, to be honest with you.
You think you do, but you don't. I tell you right now, I did the 15
I do.
You're gonna be your fart's gonna be terrible.
Dude, he had 12 tortillas, and it's just the opposite of what you think. It's gonna be like you just ate a catcher's mitt. You won't be in the bathroom until Thursday. Guarantee it.
All right. We're not going to give an update on this one. Fun fact. I think Steve Aoki, the DJ, his grandfather started Benihana. That's a good one, right? Right off the top of that.
Benny effing Hanna?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things. Remember what I'm talking
Wall
about?
Street, yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street, when he gets busted, he blames Benny effing Hanna. Yeah.
Oh God. There's this comment right here. It's one more.
Gotcha.
Jesus. It's Miguel Alfrez 499 says Dave, do you know there's a video of you on YouTube out there getting hair removal? Laugh out
Yes.
loud.
So here's the deal. Back in 2012, I was paid by a company where they did like the laser thing. I'm not a hairy guy. I mean, outside of my face, I don't have a lot of body hair at all. But and I didn't have body hair in the video. There was nothing like they removed the body hair from me. But yeah, they paid me a good chunk of change. There's not hardly anything I wouldn't do to advertise for if anyone's asking. I would do almost anything with the prices right.
Erectile dysfunction ad.
I've never done one of those. That would be a tough one
Count
to
me
do.
in.
You guys would do that?
That'd
Like
be
nationally. Hey, my name's Omarion Hampton, and I have
if the money's right, it'd be a hard choice. But yeah, I would. Yeah, the money's right. I did have my eyes done twice, Mario, like my vision. And,
oh, really?
Yeah, first one went well. Second one did not go well. Hence the fact I cannot read the comments unless I'm wearing my glasses.
Dude, yeah, erectile dysfunction. I'll sit there right now and say, my name's Mario Heron, and I can't get it up. But I took a little blue chew. I'm firing.
Clipping that, by the way.
Yeah, we can. Dude, speaking of social media, I'm on a terrible track right now. This is what I want to bring up to you guys. Where like my Instagram's not updated with like recent photos of me. It's a lot of Charger stuff that we do with Bull Crew, which you follow us on Instagram, and just like old pictures. And the amount of times I've gotten to people that find my Instagram and go, and I'm about to meet them somewhere, and they go, "Do you still have long hair?" And I go, "No." And they go, "Thank the Lord." I've gotten that 4 times in a row. It's really starting to really eat away at the ego a little bit. I was like, I thought, God, I rocked that for like 6 years and thought that was really good. And I'm just getting torched for it every single time.
You got good hair though, man. That's the thing. You do whatever you want as long as you have it. That's the one thing about the show. Might be our best features. The 3 of us all ever hair. That's good. And Demetrius writes on. Was it Demetrius just wrote on there on the side? I thought I saw. Oh yeah, no. Papa's Frida said, "I'm that guy from the other guys who has the shaved body." No, that's not what I do. I just don't have a lot. I'm not that guy with a lot of body hair. Sorry, it's not that I shave my body hair. Bring people in to shave my back. That's not what happens. Damn it.
All right,
that would suck. By
I
the way,
need to go. I need to go.
Suck. All right, Josh has to go.
All right.
All right, we're back on Thursday. We're picking games. We'll let you know how we did. We're getting ready for the Dolphins Charger game. We're going to break it down with facts and everything else we have. Again, appreciate everyone who joined us. Please like, subscribe to the show if you like. Again, we pay off bets around here. Josh, good job today. For Mario Heron, Josh Palais, I'm Dave Palais. We'll see you Thursday at 1:00, everybody.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the boat crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the boat crew, best up in the business. It's the boat crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.